for Mickey Couch from the inquiry. That's just the result of the Rule 10 questions. So any of the lawyers for any of the co-participants who've been listening to the evidence over the morning were able to put further questions to him from things that arose from his evidence that he gave. There was only a handful of questions, lasted like 20 minutes or something, maybe less than that. Essentially, he didn't remember any bloody thing. He certainly didn't want to be drawn into giving any more information about anything. He was asked if he ever saw any racist reporting. He said he never saw anything racist. He was asked about any reporting on MPs. He said he never saw any, but if he had, he would have raised it because it would have affected their vetting, and that was important. It's kind of dodgy. Beyond that, we really struggled to have anything of interest. As he has been throughout his evidence, Mickey Couch has been just looking to deflect, move on, can't recall, doesn't remember, not during his time, all that sort of thing. He claims he never saw any reporting by Bob Lambert that would suggest he was an active member of an ALF cell. He claimed he never saw any of this, never saw any of that. There is some further procedural issues which John Mitting is going to speak to us about. He's going to another 5-10 minutes before he comes back for that. We'll just jump on here quickly before hearing what that is. But there was another breach. I have no idea what the breach was. It was right at the beginning of him giving further questions. If it had been something that I'd actually tweeted, somebody would have spoken to me. No one's spoken to me, so I can only assume that I didn't pick up what it was. There was a breach earlier. Still have no idea what that was. Who knows? I mean, for the vast majority of times, these breaches are very minor things. There's a lot of paranoia about tiny bits of information getting out. The truth of the matter is that unless it's on a subject that you already know a bit about, you'd really struggle to see what the relevance was of that piece of information. So, yeah, who knows? We won't have a hearing tomorrow. Back again on Monday for Eric Docker. There will be a bit more today. I'll probably do like a proper update. I'll try and get someone to join me to reflect on the day's evidence as a whole. Maybe not though. Lots of people are leaving. I might be the only one left, as is sometimes the case. We're back on Monday though with Eric Docker. I believe that the procedural statement or procedural ruling that John Mitting is going to give later on is going to relate to the evidence of HN109, who, as it currently stands, will only be able to hear if you're here in person, as well as the YouTube feed that the public can watch. There's also a webinar, like a Zoom link, which is available to co-participants who would be able to, when there's a breach or whatever, they still get to watch it. They're informed of the breach. They're informed they're not allowed to tell anybody. As co-participants in the inquiry, they're covered by the RRO, so they can't break it without risking contempt of court. So, but that won't be in effect for HN109, which is an insane situation for a public inquiry to be in. That someone who's not even a former undercover officer, there's no suggestion of any issue around his safety. We don't even know who this guy is. We wouldn't care who this guy is. He was a manager. We can only assume that he's going to give some very explosive evidence in his questioning. Don't know what that's going to be. He was the man who Bob Lambert put up against the wall, put up against the window, depending. Who knows? Maybe he's going to tell the truth about Bob Lambert. We can only hope. I think anybody who's followed the evidence, followed the hearings, can't help but be convinced that Bob Lambert did plant those incendiary devices, despite what he himself says. We've heard from so many witnesses that exactly what he did do. It's a matter of a fact. We hope that HN109 or Eric Docker, both of those men, will have full knowledge of exactly what Bob Lambert did. We can only hope that they decide to tell the truth. We'll see. I'm going to go back in because he could come back at any moment. I'll try and do a longer one if I get the opportunity. All right, cheers, thanks, bye now for now.